It's actually been a minute since I've talked to you in general. So first of all, definitely refresh me later, okay?
Yeah, absolutely. But
Yeah.
it's super dope. I love it. And shout outs to the Sons of Ben if you are watching at Finem Fidelis.
And
Go
then
ahead.
the one time I don't guess. The one time I don't
Ooh.
guess the token. It's a token of Dark Samus, and then he actually does main the character that's in his picture. I can't catch a break. We're here we are. The Diddy Kong is out for you, ladies and gentlemen. One of the greatest Diddies in the world. He's been playing this character ever since the great game of Smash 4. Which, fun fact, a little background on Rivers, was a Luigi main in that game and only picked up Diddy originally for Luigi's bad matchups, and then the character just stuck, and he became one of the best Diddy Kongs in the world. He is also quite the fan of the Donkey Kong Country series, if I am not mistaken, so it ain't like there ain't no character loyalty there either. Ooh! Speaking of character knowledge and loyalty, beautiful banana and up smash coverage on the platform. No tech option mattering for Rivers, nowhere to go.
Yeah, just a little too tough to deal with there for Enigma, but also just hanging tight and not going to be perturbed at all. This is a relatively even-keeled match as we are at about a minute in to this one, and Enigma, gotta say, pretty decent way to go about this. If you are them, obviously you're trying to keep this Diddy at a distance, but hitting those charge shots is going to be easier said than done, especially if you're trying to get a kill at an earlier percentage than you have now, because now all you've really done is tick this Diddy off.
Yeah, and this is not the kind of Diddy that you want to tick off, Mr. the Announcer. As you can see, this man has custom combos for days. Oh, you see it starting right now over and over with the banana resets. You saw him try to do that specifically with the down air over and over, knowing that he had Enigma at a percent just low enough where he knew that he was going to get put into a lock situation by it, rather than bouncing off and into out of combo territory. My man Rivers, knowing his percent for those combos, wasn't able to land it before, but it doesn't matter. The oppression session is continuing, not giving a gosh darn about any long-range projectile game that Enigma is trying to whip out here. My man is coming in, closing the gap, getting specifically into the mid-range with this Samus with a banana in hand, and therefore putting Enigma in a much scarier situation than he can afford to be in. Ooh!
Oh my goodness, yeah, that's Rivers. Hanging around 161%. This is max rage, and yeah, they're gonna hit just a little bit harder. The banana and again those drag downs are just going to be popping you up and keeping you in a state of disrepair. Enigma right now really has no answer. Has not been able to get a kill shot on this Diddy to save their life, and I should know because they've kind of lost two of them thus far.
Yeah, still hanging on 100. Dude, that's not even 100 anymore, my friends. We are rocking the 200% territory on the part of Rivers right now, showing you why he is one of the best players in this world that we live in. But the back throw finally going to do it out of the corner right there for Enigma. But a hell of a mountain to climb, bordering on impossibility against this wonderful Diddy that we got for you right here. This is also especially hard because, as the forward smash, now impossible as Rivers was going to take that game. But even if he didn't in that moment, God, that mountain was ridiculous, man. A long-range based character like Dark Samus having to pick away that slowly against a character like Diddy, man, that would have taken forever to be able to bring that game back, if at all, man. It's not like Samus is the kind of character who has, like, you know, a huge comeback factor besides maybe charge shot. Rivers was at no semblance of percent to even really have to worry about that move at all, man. The oppression just over and over, as you can see, man. And this was play of the game right here. Overwatch music. Oh! God, that coverage was ridiculous.
Yeah, I know. You have the banana, and you think you're about to just get... Even if you think that you're safe from that, no. Rivers is always there to provide something else that is going to give you nightmares for the foreseeable future. And yeah, that Diddy is the stuff of... it's the stuff of dreams for some, but yeah, for oppositions, you're never sleeping easy around that thing.
Yeah, you never think you're gonna ever have nightmares about bananas. You never think like, oh, it's a fruit. What's there to be scared of? Not until you play this, man. Not until you play this, man.
Nope. No. You play against Rivers or Aaron. You're having a time.
Rivers,
That's,
Aaron, or even Tweak with his, pretty much, can you even call it just secondary with how much he's been playing the character at this point? You see those custom combos. Tweak doesn't have to say anything on his stream for that to be one of the most entertaining Smash streams in the game, man. Just the gameplay is enough, ladies and gentlemen. Ain't no Tweak in sight, though. Instead, we have the one and only Gons book out here showing you truly the Book of Gons in case you needed, some more, a little bit more spirituality in your life. It's an enigma in itself, though. On Gons. On Gons, ladies and gentlemen.
Absolutely, folks.
Yeah.
You that is a local thing that wound up catching fire. I don't even know how else to describe that, but
Glintendo himself, the great Glintendo, asked me on my podcast today, which I didn't do because I didn't have time. He said, "Here's what I want you to do in your podcast. I want you to say 5 very nice things, 5 things you love about Gons." I'm
Fair
like,
enough.
okay. It was fair enough. That's neither here nor there, though. Oh, no. Okay, yeah, he had him in the perfect position to keep that pressure on with the neutral air, but I think Enigma actually decided to DI down right directly into the platform there, right, so he could get to the ground faster, and therefore whip his shield out faster to get away from that situation. If he didn't do that, he actually could have died very early.
Yeah, but I mean, you're talking about Kalos. This is a stage that should be favoring Dark Samus. You're giving yourself a whole lot of room with which to work, but I mean, Rivers is so quick and nimble in the air. It's kind of tough to neutralize anything that Rivers is throwing at you. It really doesn't seem like space is helping them all that much, all things considered.
Yeah, no, not so much. All that space. You can have all the space in the world, but it doesn't matter if you're playing a character who knows how to close that gap in that space. One who knows how to, exactly when to whip out the banana, what ranges he'll be able to beat Samus to the punch-in as that forward smash takes the stock. That is one thing we're seeing from Rivers so much throughout this set, man. It's immaculate. He doesn't care necessarily about the long-range beneficiaries, I could even say, of a character like Samus and the custom combos coming out with that down air reset, already racking up to 60%! I knew the second one was coming out, but it's not enough to kill, unfortunately for Rivers, but the damage is there nonetheless, Stu. My God, this man's he's putting on a clinic.
Yeah, no, I mean, this is Rivers doing what they do best, and they've been doing it for quite some time now. Certainly, you've seen a whole anthology's worth of stuff from this individual, but now as we're talking about a full stock lead for this Diddy main, who is and forever will be from Jersey, but the Gons book is fully open, and Enigma better be studying up because they are down to their last stock on winner's side.
Bro, some people say the Book of Gons is long and boring, but some people say it's actually full of love instead. Beautiful stuff on the part of Rivers right there, keeping that pressure on, man. What we're noticing from him more than anything else, besides even the custom combos, is what gaps, what distance he knows to play against Samus the best. He knows to respect her at the long range, as that air dodge read with the forward smash is going to take it for Enigma. But he's still doing what Diddy does best. He takes the banana out, and then he plays that sort of close mid-ish range against a character like Samus. He plays at the perfect range where he knows to stay out of her burst range. He knows he can get out of it if Samus decides to go for, a raw forward air or something like that. And then he also, if she decides to go for a defensive option, he's got the banana in hand to chase her down with it. It's all about that spacing with a character with a projectile like Diddy Kong that you could spawn, man. At the very least, against a character like Samus, who so many other masher-type characters, if you don't know what you're doing, have a pretty hard time closing the gap against, especially on Wi-Fi, but not if you're Rivers, ladies and gentlemen. That's a clean 2-0 on the part of the Gons book.
Yep. That's going to be the winner's side book closing on Enigma. Just not a whole lot that Dark Samus could do in the face of Rivers, who actually had a rather infamous set against YB at a 2GG tournament and could not deal with what they called non-interactive gameplay. Caused quite a bit of a stir as they described it. But it's also, I guess that's kind of an accurate way of putting it. While I understand how some people could take offense to it, yeah, that's how they wound up. That's how they wound up being. And Rivers moving on, maybe getting a little bit of revenge, seeing that, okay, I've gotten a little better at this matchup. I can deal with it just a little bit more effectively. And with Diddy, maybe I have a little bit of a better chance of breaking his zone than I would with, say, Chrom.
And, Chrom ain't got no